Today we're going to install a remote control kit on the Predator 3500 inverter generator or similar ones. First, you need to buy the remote control kit with one or two key fob and electric door plunger. First, remove the two screws to remove the cover where the oil fill door is. We also need to remove the front panel to access the starter and shutdown button. So you need to remove the 6 screw for the front panel and the door to access the battery to get some 12 volts. Also note that you have to remove the screw on the center of the knob for the off run start position. Okay, let's see how my remote control is wired so everything is working. First, you need some 12 volt going to the board. You could have taken it from the battery, but I decided to take it from the start switch. The start switch, which is this white connector. The white lead going to it is the positive. So you do have to tap on those two wires to activate the starter button. So instead of getting the positive from the battery, I tap on the white wire, which is the positive, and feed it up to the positive of the board. For the ground of the main board, I just connect to the panel, one of the two panel ground here. So, and since I need other positive to the other the two first relay, I just start from another jumper from the positive of the board going to the first relay B log, and from the first relay B log to the second relay B log. So the two first relay are powered with the 12 volt coming from the white tap, that is 12 volt. So the first relay is going to be used, which is the A on the remote control, is going to be used to trigger the starter. So I have my 12 volt, and on the A post of the first relay, I did tap on the black and white of that white connector, which is the starter switch. Now the second relay is gonna activate the choke. So on the second relay, I do have the jumper from the first relay on the B log for the positive, and I'm just gonna feed that same positive to the choke actuator. So this is the wire that is going at the back for the choke that we'll see later. My third relay is the one that's gonna shut down the engine. So that small black connector is the ground to stop the engine. So on each of those black line, I did connect those two white that are going to the third relay post A and B, that when I hit the C button is gonna ground and the engine is gonna stop. Just remark that if you buy that board particularly, but all those kind of board have the same thing, you have 3 pins there which are jumpers. It comes with a jumper. Mine comes with a jumper on pin 1 and 2. And if you look at the instruction, depending where or not putting the jumper, you have different acting of the 4 relay. You could have the relay latch. When you hit one of the button, it goes on and it stays there until you re-hit the same button. The second mode is momentary. So when you hit and hold the button, it contact as soon as you pull your finger out of the button, the contact goes out. That's the mode we're gonna use. And I don't remember what is the third mode, but anyway, we don't use it. What we want to do is just momentary contact. So for that board, actually, for that mode, you just remove the jumper. So let's see the installation of the choke actuator. It's a door lock actuator that I will give you the link below. And you have the choke mechanism that is here, that when you turn the front knob to the choke position, you just pull to close the choke and I come back normal. So below that actuator, just there below, there's a small post that if you link any kind of wire or metal, or I did use the rest of my wire for the connection, you can attach it to the post. I don't know if you can see it. See, anyway, the post is out there, and I just make a loop and did some nuts. And the other end I attach to the cylinder. So if I pull on the cylinder, you see I'm pulling on the wire. Now let's go back to normal mode, choke off. Okay, now that cylinder, so I have that 12-volt wire that is coming from the second relay, which is that white lead, that is connected to the green on my actuator, and the blue is the ground that just connected to that screw there, that bolt. Remark that if you inverse the current, say now the green is positive, so when I apply 12 volt, it's gonna move the actuator in. If I inverse the current and I put the 12 volt on the blue wire, it's gonna go the other way around. When I put voltage, it's gonna extend the plunger. So I need the plunger to go in. So that's why I put my 12 volts on the green on my actuator. So let's see how it works. So my choke is the B on my remote control. So when I hit, it's gonna pull on the wire and it's gonna pull on the choke. Here it is. On, release. On, release. So let's try it. First, you need to have the start knob. This is the off. You need to put it at the start position. I think there's a switch for the gas going down. And now, since the generator is cold, I would need some choke. So what I'll do, I'll push on A for the starter and B at the same time. The choke's gonna be applied at the same time as the starter, and as soon as the generator starts, I'm gonna release both, and the starter gonna go out, and choke also. Choke need to be in only for a few seconds. If you need, you could release A first and B after if it's very cold, but both together worked. And after, for shutdown, I'm gonna hold the C button until the engine shut down. So let's try that. And shut down. Here it is. Just a remark, even with the remote control attached, you have full control again for the choke, for the start, and the start button work also. So if I put the choke, because it's still cold, and I do it with the start button, so all the original functions are still working. Thank you very much.